Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we have two special guests. My first guest is an amazing young girl who published her first book at the age of 10. And joining her is her father. Together, they have published a total of 3 books on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. Welcome Kristina and Marc J. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, to the show. How are you two doing today?
Good, we're doing good.
Awesome. I'm so excited to have you guys on the show because it's amazing how a family of writers have, you guys have 3 published books and it's amazing. That's a great accomplishment as a family.
Yeah, we think so.
So I wanted to ask, how did you become a family of writers?
Well, when I found out that Kristina was writing her first book, I was very excited and proud of her because it's not every day a 10-year-old decides to write a book.
Yep.
So when I found out she was writing it, I asked her if she wanted to publish it, and she said yes. And then we just took it from there. We started publishing her first book, which was called I Am Survivor, on Amazon. And then we published it to Barnes and Noble. Actually, her first book is available everywhere. iTunes, Google Play, pretty much every website you could think of that sells ebooks, it's available on. So, and then we just took it from there.
Wow, that's amazing. And also to all my Canadian listeners, it's actually on Amazon.ca.
Oh.
So there you go. And what is your book called, Marc?
My book is called Cabal The Saga Begins.
And when did you decide to publish your book?
I actually started the book about 10 years ago.
No way.
And I kind of forgot about it. It wasn't until I started to help Kristina publish her book that I was actually inspired to finish and then publish it.
That's
which was,
amazing.
I think, beginning of this year. I think I published it in January.
Wow, that's really good. And so did you find that being an author is like running a business?
Very much so. You pretty much, the idea of that you build it and people will come, that's no longer the case. You constantly have to market your books. So if you want books to sell, particularly outside the family, you have to market your book using social media and pretty much creating your own brand. So I do a lot of social media work for us. I run occasional ads on Amazon.
Wow.
And so forth. Yeah, a lot of work.
Kristina
usually just writes the books. I just handle all the marketing.
It's a team effort. It is a team effort.
Yeah.
So what roles do each of you play in your family of author business?
Well, we both write books. But like I said, I handle the publishing and marketing of our books. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody's ever self-published a book before, but it's somewhat easy, but depending on which platform you use, it could be a little complicated. Yeah. And then designing the book cover is not as easy and straightforward as people would think. So, but the biggest part of my time taken up, other than writing the book, is marketing the book.
Wow.
Definitely.
Well, thanks for the tips, because I was thinking of writing a book myself, and I wanted to be based off of, because I have a learning disability, I have dyslexia, and I know there's like this stigma. So I was like, I should start writing about my journeys, and it's just the time, and I feel like because I have a scatterbrain, I feel like I'm going to go from one chapter to another, to another, to another, and I feel like it's never going to end, but this is really good tips.
Yeah. Well, don't let it stop you. I mean, the marketing aspect, you shouldn't let that stop you if you want to write the book. If you need any help, I can help you.
That'll be awesome. And I feel like for me, it's the time, the time consuming, and because I honestly, I've struggled with reading and writing, so I know it's a big challenge for me. And this is why I have the podcast, because I'm like, why don't you just voice it? Because it's just easy.
Well, you could do an audio book.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Now, we'll get into. I can help you out with that later on.
Yeah, for
And,
sure. That would be
yeah, like, so with
awesome.
Amazon, I think you have to have an ebook done first. There's other avenues that you can go, but I
Yeah,
think you can go audiobook first. You can always do audiobook.
that is true. You're absolutely right. Okay, so enough
Yep.
about me. Let's get to your book. Can you tell us the name again of the book and what it's
Yes.
about?
Yes. The name of the book of my book is called The Cabal The
Mm-hmm.
Saga Begins. It's about a local Washington, D.C. detective
Oh,
that learns that his childhood friend, who also happens to be the senator of the United States, has been murdered. And in his quest to get justice for his friend's death, he encounters several people along the way that will change his life forever. And they all discover that their lives were impacted by a secret society known as the Cabal.
no way.
And the detective and his new teammates end up discovering that the Cabal has an international terrorist attack plan.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, they save the day. It really has all the ingredients needed for a great action thriller and suspense and adventure book. So
Mm-hmm.
if you like action, suspense, and conspiracy theories and action heroes, then this book is definitely for you. It's a good read for both adults and young adults that love action and adventure novels.
Wow, you definitely need a movie.
Well,
Is that
I'm
coming
strong.
soon?
Like, well, not soon, but the way I wrote the book, I kind of wrote it in third person as if it was a movie. Like if I was to play in a movie, I'm actually kind of hoping I could turn it into a movie. So if there's anybody out there that's like a good script writer and wants to get in touch with me to convert it into a movie, feel free.
You heard it. Definitely. Come on. We need someone to turn this book into a movie. I like this. I got to get your book. And
Yes.
are there any other family members planning to publish a book?
Yes. Just so everybody knows, I have 4 daughters.
Wow.
Kristina is our third child. My second child, who's the second oldest, her name is Julia Ritorto,
Mhm.
and she's in the process of writing her book right now. She's been
Wow.
working on it for months, but she's a perfectionist, so it's going to take a little longer than normal. But I'm sure once she releases it, it'll be great.
Oh, for sure. That's amazing. And are you writing another book?
I am currently writing a new book. It's a vampire book, but
Mm.
it's not like the typical books that you will see, like with Twilight or with Vampire Diaries. It's probably the most unique vampire book that will ever be published. It's going to take me a while. I'm only on page like 100 now. I got like another 500 to go because I'm planning to write one big book and then split it off into 3 books.
Yeah.
I don't have a name for it yet, but I'm probably going to slap the slogan on it: the greatest vampire story ever told. That's what my goal is. And then after that, I plan to work on the sequel to The Cabal and a couple of spin-offs based on the characters in the book.
Oh, that's amazing. So is this like a
Yeah,
Jason Bourne type of like,
exactly.
series? Oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah, yeah. Because I wrote it with the idea in mind that each character can stand on their own as a
Uh-huh.
lead,
Yeah.
and whoever reads the book, there's a certain scene where there's like kind of like a surprise ending that can lead into other things as well.
Wow. That's good. I mean, like
Yeah.
I gotta buy the book. I honestly have to buy the book. After we're done, I'm gonna buy the book and I'm ready to start reading it. This is
It's also an audio book format too, so you don't even
oh,
have to read
even better. Yeah,
read it
it's
on the way from work.
for sure. No, 100%, especially living in Toronto.
Yeah,
Traffic can be 30 minutes to an hour, so I can probably get through the whole book in 2 trips.
exactly.
So before we move on, I wanted to just plug the book again for everyone listening. You can get the book, The Cabal The Saga Begins on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. And also, I know you have a family website, which is TorlioFamilyBooks.com. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with pronunciation.
No worries. It's RitortoFamilyBooks.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put that all in the show notes so that way people have links and definitely buy the book. And it's also, like I said, on Amazon.ca for all you Canadian listeners. I've checked it out. It's saved in my cart. I just got to proceed with payment. So I want to know about Kristina. How are you, Kristina?
Hi, guys.
That's good. So my question is for you. When did you first realize you wanted to write about your book, which you have two? So the first one is I Am a Survivor and Invisible Girl.
Well, I kind of always wanted to publish a book because I like to write. Mm-hmm. And then my dad he found out about Amazon doing self-publishing. Mm-hmm. And I just he just asked me if I wanted to do it, and I'm like, yes. And we published my first book, which was I Am a Survivor. And then my second book, Invisible Girl, that came out a little while later.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm so honestly, I'm so in awe because it's amazing to see you your first published book at 10 years old, and that should be a huge accomplishment. How did you come up with the ideas?
So for my first book, I was just found out because a girl in school, she just gave me
mm-hmm.
I just wrote it into a book. And my second book was because in real life I'm sort of a quiet person, mm-hmm. So I just kind of wrote a book about it, and I kind of just did it from my experience and kind of turned it into a book.
Oh my gosh! And what is one of the most surprising thing you learned in creating your books? Because it seems like you're using your experiences.
So, I always thought how writing a book would actually be easy, but mm-hmm. It's not, because when you try to just getting the idea from my books for really hard, and then getting it to be long enough was also really hard. Mm-hmm. But the surprising things I learned about it is I actually learned a lot about myself when I was writing my book.
Yeah, I can imagine. You definitely learn a lot about yourself. And what do you think makes a good story? Was it actual facts or fantasy or both?
I mean, I prefer writing fantasy fiction books, because mm-hmm. with fiction I feel anything can happen. It's but with nonfiction you kind of have to go with the facts. Yeah. But I like to read actual facts and fantasy books. So I really think both of them would make a good story.
Wow. And what other books are you planning on creating?
I'm working on a sequel to Invisible Girl.
Oh my gosh, another sequel. This is so awesome. I'm honestly, I have a smile from ear to ear just hearing family writers. This is awesome. But I know your dad's been supporting you, but who else has been supporting your writing and your books?
My family are really big supporters. Mm-hmm. My friends are also supporters, my teachers.
That's great.
My doctor supports me with my books.
Wow.
Yeah, you bought the book so you could put it in the waiting area.
Oh my God. That's so good. And what is the one thing you learned about writing books?
It's this writing, writing a book, it's really always your decision. Mm-hmm. So since you're the writer, you can really make anything happen. And when I always thought about writing a book, I like to write, but I was really uncertain about writing a book. But like now, yeah.
Wow. And what is the message you want to send through your books?
I feel like it depends on like the type of book. But for like, I feel like for all my books, I sort of want to send like a positive, inspiring message.
Wow.
Something to like make you uplifted.
That's amazing. And what advice do you give to younger writers who want to start writing a book?
If you want to write, go write. So like you can, it's your writing. You could do whatever you want with it. So like if you want to write about a pink flying dragon, you can just do that.
Oh
And
my God.
but you also have to make sure that like your writing like fits with the genre. So if I'm writing a nonfiction book, I won't put a pink flying dragon in it. But like if it's fiction, you can put a pink flying dragon.
Oh my God. You are such an inspiring young girl, and I'm sure you're gonna. Oh my God. Like I'm just thinking like you're just starting now at the age of 10. Imagine how many more books you're gonna release. Like it's endless. What formats are in your what format are your books in?
We have it in Kindle format,
Mm-hmm.
like on Amazon. We have it in paperback,
Wow.
and on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And we're planning to sell like hardcover versions.
Oh,
And we also have like audible books, like audiobooks on
wow.
Amazon.
Yeah, the hardcover versions of our books will only be available on our websites.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also get swag like T-shirts, mugs, hats. And we were thinking of actually selling like autograph books, but we're still working on that.
Wow.
But you can definitely get the hardcover versions of our books on there.
Wow, that's amazing. And what is your book, The Invisible Girl, about?
So it's about a girl who's named Elizabeth. She
Mm-hmm.
likes to be called Elizabeth for short. And like she's really quiet, but she tries to get noticed. But it's sort of like she's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So Lizzie never like knew about her mother, and like her father is really never home to spend time with her. So then one day, Lizzie is like getting all of these crazy visions, and she finds out that like these visions are like helping her find her mom, and it unlocks the secret key to friendship. And like in the end, Lizzie like learns what love and friendship is. So
Wow. And you know what, Invisible Girl, I really have to read it because I was very quiet when I was young, and it was hard to kind of break out of your shell, and there's these cliques, and I don't know, are you in high school yet? No, right? I'm asking.
yeah, just in 5th grade.
I have a daughter in high school though.
It's like you learn so much, and there's just like cliques, like I was saying. It's not like Mean Girls, but some schools are like Mean Girls, the movie. But but that's amazing because that's what's happening nowadays with a lot of children, is that I was a quiet one, but then slowly, just recently, I just broke out of my shell. But that's a really good book, and to hopefully inspire other kids to kind of, you know what, just it's like, let's break open, let's be ourselves.
Yeah,
That's good. No, that's good. So before I go on, I just wanted to plug the book again. You can find Kristina's book, I Am a Survivor and Invisible Girl, on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, and BarnesandNoble.com, and the RitolioFamilyBooks.com. Like I said, I'm going to put this all in the show notes so you can just click away and put it in your cart.
Mm-hmm. And one more thing I want to add.
Yeah.
We also have our books available in audio format that you can get on Amazon.com or Audible.com, which is owned by Amazon, and I think it's also available on iTunes. So far, Kristina only has one book in audio format. Mm-hmm. The other one is coming out soon. So I Am Survivor, our first book, I Am a Survivor, is in audiobook format, and we're in the process of finishing up the second one for Visible Girl.
That's perfect.
But mine is also unavailable on audiobook format.
Yeah. This is awesome. And how can people contact you for book signings, find updates on your new upcoming books that you published? Where can we get the update?
Well, they can go to our website at www.ritortofamilybooks.com, and they can use the contact page to send us an email. They want us, for book signings, or they can sign up on our mailing list. There's a form they can fill out on the front page, and or they can go, and by signing up, they can get email alerts on newsletters when our new releases are coming out. Or they can also go to my Facebook page, which is Marc Ritorto Author. That's the name of my Facebook page.
Perfect.
You can contact us.
And I will put that in the show notes, also your Facebook page. But I'm just so inspired. I was just like, wow, that's amazing. And I'm so proud of you, Kristina, and also Marc for, supporting the family of writers.
Yeah.
So I always like to play a game with all my guests. It's called This or That, or some people say, what would you rather? And I'm just going to pick one or the other, and then you guys can say it out loud, or if you want to wait for one person to say it or the other. Doesn't matter to me. So you guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Yeah, I go with pizza.
Chips or candy?
Candy. What do you do?
Candy.
A beach vacation or a sightseeing vacation?
Beach.
Not sure if I heard you.
Oh, beach.
Okay.
Beach.
Staying inside or staying outdoors?
Inside, yeah.
Book writing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Ice cream or snow cones?
Ice cream.
Listening to music. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Kristina. What did you say? Ice cream or snow cone? Snow cone? Listening to music out loud or listening with headphones?
Out loud.
Out loud, yeah.
Winter or summer? I'm not sure if you guys have winter over there.
Yeah, winter, and I prefer summer. Winter. I don't like it.
Marc, did you like the winter or the summer?
Oh, I prefer the summer.
Yeah.
I hate the cold one.
You guys should come to Canada and experience the winter at least.
Yeah. We've been meaning to go up there. One day we'll get up there.
That'd be awesome because Canada in the winter is beautiful, and a lot of people are just like, "But how? It's so cold." But honestly, it's beautiful.
Mm.
And the last one, we got cake or cookies.
Cookies.
What's your favorite cookie?
I like chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, I like chocolate chip.
Oh
And
my
fudge
gosh!
chip.
How about Oreos?
Oh, I love
Oreos,
those.
yeah.
Yes. I like them.
We can't forget that. So, oh my God, thank you so much again, Kristina and Marc, for taking the time being on the show. Definitely come back if you have many more books to publish. I'm more than happy to have you two back. I wish you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciated being on your show.
I'm glad and wish you both all the best and success, and hopefully to see many, many more books from the family of authors. And
Thank you.
Please tell the listeners where they can find your books and social media, if any, again.
Okay, they can find our books on barnesandnoble.com or .ca in Canada, or amazon.com or amazon.ca, or on our website, www.ritortofamilybooks.com for our hardcover copies, or audible.com for audiobooks, or Amazon for audiobooks, or iTunes for audiobooks. And also want to make another plug-in. I also have I don't know if anybody that's on your show listens is into MMA, but I also have an MMA podcast.
Wow.
It's called. I'm very busy. It's called,
what's the podcast called?
Marc the Shark MMA Show.
Ah, there we go. I'm going to plug that in the show notes so all of you listeners can tune into his podcast.
Exactly.
Thank you so much again. This has been fun, and it's such an inspiring family of authors. Thank you again, honestly.
Thank you.
And this is a little bit of everything with me, and we're going to say bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.